I would really, I have no problem with what the Big Ten has done because they're just advancing what their situation. If you have an opportunity to get Nebraska, if you have an opportunity to get a legendary program, take it. Take it. You can't fault them for anything more than just, they just accepted one school. I mean, it's not like the Pac-10 where they wanted 5 schools from the Big 12, even though, you know, but it's all about money, ladies and gentlemen. If any of this proves a fact, and on the next, I'm going to preview the next show in a second, you're going to find out, the next series of shows, how much money is corrupting the sport, corrupting sports, period. I talked about, on my State of Emergency show, I talked about how much it doesn't make sense for the NFL to expand to 18 games. But I ain't really get in depth into that portion of it. Mostly on that show I talked about how it made sense for Sam Bradford to get paid $50 million before even taking a snap in the pros. And I still stand by that. Even if Sam Bradford turns out to be a future Hall of Famer. You don't know that. You don't know if he could be a Hall of Famer or a Jamarcus Russell or Ryan Leaf. You don't know that. But, like I said on that show, all this money that's being tossed around and greed is really, you're putting the fans in jeopardy. I know they want to say they're entertaining the fans, but I'm sure that passionate fans of colleges that are competing each and every week, I'm sure they wouldn't appreciate having BYU, who might turn out to be a good school, take the Notre Dame route of picking their opponents all the way through, and then with a top 14 finish, be guaranteed a BCS spot. Yet, a team that's in a tougher conference like the SEC gets turned down because a team like BYU, who is mediocre at best, will be an independent in the BCS. BYU's good, I'm not mistaken, but it could be years where they're not good, and it happens with all schools. But BYU is taking an approach that, as long as they're mediocre, just like Notre Dame, as long as they're at least mediocre, they will have a national presence. And will take away opportunities from other schools that really have worked and deserve it. But, again, it's a church-ran school. Money's not an issue here. They didn't become an independent for economic reasons. Would they? Would they do that? On the next show, matter of fact, we're going to take a break. We come back, I'm going to preview the next show. And stick around because I want to talk about I want to talk about a very important issue that you and your family need to know about. More in a moment.